Hi, it's Gabrielle, and in this video, I'm going to show you why your fights keep escalating and how you can stop having out-of-control arguments or shutting down emotionally with your partner. For over 12 years, I've been a licensed professional counselor and relationship expert in private practice in Boulder, Colorado, and my practice is grounded in the science of what makes relationships work. I'm going to show you how to create and sustain balanced, harmonious energy with your partner without losing it or having to walk away from arguments. If you like the relationship tips and couples advice that you're learning in these videos, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button right here. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and share it. And please go to thepowercoupleformula.com for lots more information about how to build an amazing relationship, and powercoupleseducation.com to stay connected. The biggest complaint that couples have about their relationship is that they don't communicate well, by which they usually mean one of two things. They either get into out-of-control fights, or they totally shut down emotionally, or both. So how do you end up in these states, and how can you avoid them? Let's start with a key understanding. Your autonomic nervous system, meaning your brain and all of your organs like your blood vessels, your stomach, your intestines, your kidneys, that's the bodily system that is responsible for managing your energy. You could say that your nervous system is a lot like a car. It needs to be running at the right level in order to perform well. If it's running too high, you're going over the red line on all of your gauges and your car could catch on fire or you could crash. That's a lot like when you feel too much energy in your nervous system. Your blood pressure might be skyrocketing, you might be having an angry outburst, or you might even hit your partner. But at the same time, your car can't be running too low either. You can't go outside when it's 40 below and expect to drive your car when the whole thing is frozen. So if it's running too low, this is sort of like when your energy is low and you're numbing out, you're feeling slow and sleepy, or you're just checking out and you can't process any information. When your car has fuel and all of its gauges are at a good level, it can run smoothly. That's like when your energy is balanced and you're able to talk with your partner, give them the benefit of the doubt, and move through a potentially conflictual situation with elegance and ease. Now you might be thinking, well, good luck with that. When my partner gets under my skin, my blood starts boiling and there's just no way that I can run in a smooth, elegant, balanced way. I get it. I understand what it feels like when your blood is boiling, but I think this car analogy is helpful for everyone. We all need to pay attention to how our autonomic nervous system is running throughout the day. The more awareness we have about this, the better we're going to be at noticing when we're starting to run a bit too high, and before we get into out-of-control arguments and our relationship ends up in a junk heap at the side of the road. So let's take a deeper look at your autonomic nervous system. Your autonomic nervous system has two branches, the sympathetic branch and the parasympathetic branch. The sympathetic branch is responsible for getting you going and excited, but also high intensity energy can be a problem for your relationship and your life in general if it's too much. The sympathetic branch evolved in order to keep you safe, to get you out of harm's way, to run away from wild animals or escape natural disasters. But this part of you can get you into trouble if it gets activated when your partner buys the wrong kind of organic almond milk. This part of your nervous system can generate feelings like fear, panic, anxiety, or make you wonder how far you should drive your thumbs into your husband's throat. It can make it hard for you to calm down, as though you have your foot permanently on the gas pedal. Now, the other branch of your autonomic nervous system, called the parasympathetic branch, when in balance, is responsible for activities like resting and digesting. It's the part of you that calms you down at the end of a long day and helps you feel at peace. But we can also have too much parasympathetic activation, in which case we can experience feeling flat and devoid of energy, depressed, collapsed, exhausted, spaced out, or numbed out. In order for you to function optimally, you need a balance of sympathetic and parasympathetic energy throughout the day. You wake up in the morning, you want to get out of bed, you need that get up and go feeling of your sympathetic nervous system. But after work, you need to be able to kick back and relax after a hard day. Ideally, you move through a variety of states of excitement and relaxation throughout the day without going too far in one direction or the other. We have an optimal energy where we feel calm and alert, and we're able to weather the ups and downs of life without going to extremes. We call this staying within the window of tolerance because there's an energy state that is tolerable for your nervous system. You're not either getting too excited and too hyper or too flat and too depressed. Not only do you need to maintain this kind of window of tolerance in your own self, but you also need this in your relationship with your partner. The best moments are when you and your partner have the energy to weather life together and handle everything as a team without snarling at each other and fighting with each other or just, avoiding each other and withdrawing. Believe it or not, this inability to stay within the window of tolerance is actually the core problem behind why you and your partner can't seem to get out of conflict. Many people think that it's the words that you're saying to each other or the specific challenges that you're facing in life that's the problem. But the more fundamental problem is your inability as a couple to stay within this window of tolerance in all of your interactions, especially when you get into conflict. You're either blowing out of control or you're checking out. I know what you're probably thinking. All I have to do is figure out if I'm feeling too high or too low when I'm fighting with my partner and then do something to get myself either to cool down or up the ante. But that's not exactly it. You see, those types of ideas, doing something to yourself to change your state, is called self-regulation. It means that you're working with yourself by either deep breathing or relaxing your muscles or something like that to balance your energy. There are a lot of different ideas out there about how to self-regulate. And don't get me wrong, self-regulation is an important skill to have in relationship. But the more important skill that we need to focus on is called interactive regulation. Partners need to know how to balance each other's nervous systems and not just their own. That means instead of focusing on how to bring your own nervous system into balance by, reminding yourself to take 10 deep breaths or, doing your Kegel exercises or yoga, you're focusing on how to bring your partner's nervous system into balance. We all need to know what to say or how to calm our partner down or how to boost them up if their energy's waning. So here's what to do. Have a conversation with your partner about these ideas and make an agreement that you're going to start noticing when either you or your partner is going out of this window of tolerance during an argument. When this happens, see if you can experiment with doing things that bring the other person back into the window. This might be a little counterintuitive if you're used to just venting your anger because it feels good to get back at your partner. But remember, if the two of you explode, nobody wins. The same is true if both of you just check out or withdraw. Nothing gets resolved. So here's what you've got to do. If your partner seems to be getting overactivated, it could mean taking a deep breath together or stroking their arms while you look into their eyes and just breathing together until you calm down. The key thing is doing it together. If your partner seems to be just getting low energy and starting to space out during an argument or stop talking and shut down, it might mean standing up together and holding hands while staying in each other's eyes. It might mean just injecting a few words of love or humor just to kind of shift the energy by saying something like, "You're so sexy right now and I'm so pissed off at you." Or, "I hate it when I'm mad at you and you're wearing that dress because you just look amazing." Whatever it is, the goal is to bring your partner back into the window of tolerance. That means finding a way to calm them down before the smoke starts coming out of their ears, or finding a way to boost them up when they seem to be just kind of losing energy. One of the secrets is to keep your eyes on your partner during conflict and stand close together. This is naturally going to support both of you in staying in the window of tolerance. As soon as you feel the conflict starting, just do something immediately to relax the situation. That's not the same as giving in to your partner. It just means introducing a moment of connection, even though you're in conflict. If you wait too long into the argument before you try to de-escalate, it's going to be too late because your brains will already be in full-blown threat mode. With these tips, you and your partner can find a way to keep your arguments from getting out of control and stop you from shutting down during conflict. So now let's hear from you. Which end of the window of tolerance does your partner tend to inhabit during conflict? Do they tend to spiral out of control or shut down and check out? Which of these tips do you think you're going to try first, and which do you think might work best for your partner? Could it be standing up with them during the fight instead of sitting down? Could it be holding hands, making eye contact, stroking your partner, telling them how beautiful they are, even when they're angry? Leave me your comments below, and I look forward to reading them and seeing you in the next video.